Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Straight Talk for Energy Healers. My name is Renu Aurora. I am an energy healer. I am also the creator of the healing modality called the accelerated release technique. So, what I do is I work with the subconscious mind to help people overcome the issues that they're facing by getting to the root cause, the emotions, the beliefs, the events that are trapped in their subconscious and that are keeping them from achieving the life and the goals that they want to achieve. Now, I'm also the author of the book called the Energy Healing Bible. There it is. And finally, I am here on a mission. My mission is to help energy healers like yourselves to be able to live your life's purpose. To that is to help as many people as you possibly can. To do that, to share your gifts, and to do all of that without being broke. Because let's face it, energy healers don't necessarily have the cachet that they should. They don't have the support, and they really they go based on their heart. They're heart-centered, but they don't always have the business acumen to make their career successful. So I'm bringing to you guests regularly, and today I'm really excited about the guest I've got for you. Um, and I'm just going to go ahead and introduce him. His name is Gordon Jenkins. Now, Gordon is an international executive coach, speaker, and author, helping entrepreneurs and professionals make a real impact and difference in both their professional and personal journey. His book, Network with Purpose, Transform Your Skills in 4 Simple Steps, has become the go-to guide for industry leaders who want to distinguish themselves from competitors and enrich their relationships. Now I'm going to add in right here, networking is one of those things that I love. So I'm really, really excited to have Gordon on. There is a common connection between Gordon and his clients. Success stems from the strong belief that it's okay to not conform to society pressures. Hello, energy healers. It's refreshing to be different, and that celebrating what sets you apart is the key to a rich and fulfilling life. Gordon's unconventional approach often leads to questions about his trusted sidekick, Banfi, the rubber duck. Now, I'm going to first welcome Gordon on the show, and then we're going to have a talk about Banfi, the rubber duck.
Hello, there he is. He does exist.
He does exist.
He does exist. He's real. That's what he looks like.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
And that's his name, Banfi.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's also up there as well on my shoulder. It's
seriously?
on my heart. Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's.
I told you this wasn't going to be a normal podcast.
It wasn't going to be a normal podcast. I knew that. And Gordon, thank you so much for being on today's show.
Pleasure.
So I was thinking before I started, typically for my viewers who've seen this show before, I have straightforward questions. We go through those. This is straight talk. I don't like to waste time. But I saw this and I'm like, I have to ask you about the rubber duck. What is the story there?
So,
or shall I wait and you tell me about it later?
So I can talk for about 30 seconds about the rubber duck. I can talk about 3 days for the rubber duck. But the rubber duck is an important part. So it's part of it. So let me give you the very, very short story.
Okay.
The rubber duck saved my life. It's not a joke. It actually stopped me jumping off a bridge. In my website, it talks about my wife. My wife had a double lung transplant, and through a corporate career, we thought we had a holiday that was going to be her last holiday, and we ended up in a place in Italy called in Tuscany called Castello Banfi, named after B. All our animals are named start with the letter B. Got to be a bit different, and it's from there that Wendy said to me, "I don't want to die. I want to make every day count." When I came back to Australia, I faced discrimination in trying to get a job. I was the best in what I do in terms of business growth and the best networker. I was number one in what I did. But I'm male, apparently. I'm white, apparently. And I was over 40. And I got told by one of the leading financial institutions in Australia if I wasn't white, if I wasn't male, and if I wasn't over 40, I would get the job.
Oh my goodness.
And the sad thing for them is the other three people that were going for the jobs were all females, and they all knew that if they were getting a job, they were getting a job because
Right.
there's something wrong with me. And
Yeah.
my wife was sick, and I basically had to try to find a way of financing this lifestyle. And I got so depressed that I actually thought the only way I could do it was to jump off a bridge.
Oh.
And as I slowed the car to stop on the bridge, I saw Banfi on the seat, and I just remember that time that Wendy said, no matter what journey we're going to go through, no matter what struggles we're going to get through it, and we're going to make every day count. Came off the bridge, phoned a friend, obviously didn't jump. And he became a bit, and it was really important that Banfi wasn't becoming a gimmick, that Banfi was really seen as that superpower, that champion for the ordinary human beings, the ordinary people like you and me. I don't work with Olympic champions or sports stars because, when they talk about getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning and spending 8 hours in the gym, that ain't me. I'm the one eating the burger and the chips. Right. Right. I want someone who I relate to.
Right.
Just an ordinary, just an ordinary person that wants to do extraordinary, meaningful things every single day. So today, and we talk about networking, that when I go out and people say to me, Gordon, what do you do? And I go, well, I can talk to you about being an executive coach, or I can talk to you about why I've got a yellow rubber duck in my pocket, or I can talk to you about why I've got odd shoes, and I wear odd shoes. I wear odd colored shoes all the time. No one ever asked me about being an executive coach, but all three relate to who I am as a person, and all three come back to what I'm here for, my purpose in life.
Okay. All right. So we're going to circle around to what my first question usually is
Sure.
in a nutshell, how would you describe what it is you do? I'm not sure everybody understands the concept of networking. And
Okay. So what do I do? So if you don't like networking, that's brilliant. That's fantastic. You're my ideal client. So what I do is, in a simple way, I help motivated people move to the next level, whatever their next level is, and they stay accountable. And accountable is a really big part of what I do, accountability. And I do this simply by, you talked about it in your intro, by breaking the shackles of traditional thinking, exploding who the person is or the organization is rather than what they do. Okay. And we do it through a number of ways. We do it through coaching, through speaking at events, the book, whatever it is. So let me give you one very, very quick example.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do business plans. I haven't done a business plan for over 20 years.
Okay.
Right? I don't do them. I just don't like them. I just don't think they are good. You do a business plan, you put them in the drawer, and they don't work. But accountability is a big part of what I do. So I take people to where they want to be in 7 years, really look deep out where they want to be in 7 years, and we start living that life today. And we do it over 30, 60, 90-day cycles.
Mm-hmm.
And what tends to happen is that the 7-year dream happens within 3 years.
Right.
Because we just break down all the rubbish, all the noise, and we just start living where we want to be in 7 years to where we want to be today.
Yeah.
And we have fun.
We call that the law of attraction.
Yeah.
Start living what you want to attract. It's true.
All
right. Yeah. So I'm not sure if you exactly alluded to it. I ask, what is your special gift? So your superpower that makes you amazing at what you do.
So I saw this question. I started asking people about what their superpower is, and it's a brilliant question. So he said I'm a little bit unconventional and a little bit different. Mm-hmm. My framework's all about being about a plane and about being in an airport, and I'll explain if we get time to explain why. But my superpower is flying.
Okay.
So let me explain how this means. Okay. Don't know what you're expecting. I don't know what you. So, I mean that I'm willing to take risks. I'm willing to take calculated risks based on robust, intelligent data, rather than pure emotion. Emotion plays a part, but it's really right. And when you fly, so when you're 35,000 feet in the air, and this is also to do with networking as well, you see things from a new perspective.
Yeah.
Cut the knots. So you got the power, and when you fly, because you see things from a different perspective, you have the power to influence your environment, and I call my environment the ecosystem. So what we live in, both the ecosystem that helps me get out of bed in the morning, it's my own personal ecosystem, as well as the ecosystem that my network that I'm building. So there's two types of ecosystems, and that helps me focus on growth and accountability. And and when I fly, and the reason I use flying is because we often talk about the old style of thinking is don't be the shepherd, don't be the sheep, be the shepherd.
Okay.
Okay. And
Sure.
I go, why should you be the shepherd? Because there's many shepherds. Why can't you be the star that is leading the sheep and the shepherd? So why can't you be your destiny of your own journey, living your own journey? So that's what my superpower is. And because I'm flying, I've got this strong persuasive skill. I
Mhm.
enjoy leading others. I'm resilient and endure. Go through a lot of endurance, and I enjoy challenges. Life's I don't have a boring life. I challenge in life, and I use them as an opportunity to persevere and just make a difference. So I'm flying.
Fantastic. I love that.
Bit different.
Okay. Definitely different. Okay. So my audience is energy healers. Why
Yes.
might they need the service that you offer? And specifically, why might they want to work with you?
Okay. So I know I've been where you are. I've been where they are. Okay. Not as an energy healer, but as a human.
Yeah.
I know what it's like to build a business. I know what it's like to work on the business, and I know what it's like to work in the business.
Hmm.
I know what it's like to be the CEO. I know what it's like to be the expert for others and to be called upon for the expertise. But I also know what it's like to try to live your life away from work as well. And time is our most valuable asset. Okay. And I get you back that time. I get you back that time. So you have the flexibility, not the freedom, because we don't have the freedom, the flexibility to decide whether we don't have freedom. We have freedom. If you live on a desert island by yourself, you've got complete freedom because you don't have any responsibilities. But most of us don't have freedom. Most of us,
Hmm.
99% of us have flexibility. To give you back that time to be flexible to decide on whether you want to spend that time on the business, in the business, or on you away from it. So that's really important, that flexibility.
Hmm.
And I do it in a very unconventional way. And I think for any business, there are 4 foundations for growth: being visible, being
Yes.
memorable, being intriguing. And when you're these 3, people are compelled to act. And when people are compelled to act, they come to you because of who you are, not what you are. And they come to you because of the value you create, not the price you charge.
Right.
And when they
Yeah.
come to you because of the value, they're willing to pay for that value. And that's what
Right.
I do. And it's a framework I've used, and I call it, my coach doesn't like this, I call it the Martini effect. It's a framework that's been tested across industries.
Okay.
It works anytime, any place, anywhere. It's about the only decision is how deep is your desire. So that's why I think people need me, because it's a different way to think. It's a completely different way to think. There's ROIs, there's tested frameworks, there's testimonials. The thing about getting back your time has a 30 times ROI within 30 days. Right. So I don't have time to worry about spend 2 years building a plan. If I'm paying for a coach, I want action today.
Yeah. Return on investment.
I want
Absolutely.
to be able to say that the first 5 minutes of that meeting that someone's going to give me value, I'm going to go crack it, and on and on and on.
Hmm.
So I'm a little bit different in that side, and I'm bloody good at what I do.
That's
And
awesome. I love that.
that's right. And if that's one thing that everyone listening here should say, you are good at what you do, right?
Yeah.
Right. I don't do high performance coaching because I do coaching because I believe that what is high performance. They talk about 10 times performance, and I go, why should I limit myself at 10 times when I could do 11 times, 12 times, 30? And that's unconventional thinking. So,
Right.
and the best way to find it is go on the website, go and contact me, have a chat. Coaching's 2-way. Energy healing's 2-way. You can help someone, but they may not want your help. That's the same with coaching. I may be
Hmm.
able to help someone, but they may not be ready. I said I don't want. They may not be ready for the journey you're going to go on, and that's perfectly okay if they're not ready. They're perfectly okay if they're not ready.
Yep.
But I'm not going to stop my journey because you're not ready.
Yeah. Lots of people
So
are.
no fluff, no fluff, no theory. This is real life, action packed, fun,
Awesome.
going.
All right. So I think you mentioned to me you do have something special to offer my audience. You want to tell us about that?
Yes. So all this about accountability hit me in the face about 2 years ago
Mm.
because I don't do 12-week programs. I don't like 12-week programs where
Mhm.
you learn and then you disappear and you don't
Yeah.
get away. And people are saying, what's in between your book and your booking your one-on-one coaching, there's got to be a price point in between and everything else. And I try to do funnels, and it's taken me nearly 2 years to put this program together. So I've called it a competitive edge accelerator. What I'm going to dump is 12 months of work into 4 weeks. Okay. And the only decision after the 4 weeks, because you'll have all the tools, the only decision that someone needs to make after 4 weeks is, do they need an accountability partner, or are they prepared to do it themselves? So I'm going to, in 4 weeks, you get 2 books. You get my Network with Purpose book, which has been sold in 87 countries. There's 6,000 copies of it sold, ebook and hard copies. There's another ebook that's 38 ways to network when you don't like networking. So if you don't like going to events, brilliant. Don't go, but it's something else. You'll get the airplane framework. You'll get the 8 foundations. We'll talk about how to do a not to do list rather than a to do list. You'll get apps. You're going to talk about how to build, where you want to be in 7 years, how to bring. You'll get all the work in 4 weeks. And that is the framework. That's the foundation. Then you're just going to work out whether you want to do it yourself or not. So it's the easiest way I've battled to be able to give value without giving away the value, if that makes sense. So I've had to price it in a way that enables to give you all the tools. That this is all the tools. If I got this toolkit, could I build my plan on this toolkit? Yes, I can. Then it's like, well, do you want some help doing it, or do you want to do it yourself? That's the only decision you need to make after that. So that's what it is. So there's I've set up a bit.ly link. So I don't know if you're going to share it afterwards. It's bit.ly, and then it's a simple /4, the number 4 week, C for Charlie, E for Edward, A for Apple. So just go into that link, and it tells you about the course. It's a 1 page. Like I say, I keep things simple. If you've got any questions, ask me about it. So it's something I'm really I'm really pleased that I've done it. It's taken me 2 years to put it together, but I've struggled with making sure that people really do get value. And there's no funnel. I want to make sure this is no funnel. I'm not one of these people that does. Digital people hate me. That you buy a book, then you buy this course, then you buy this thing. You've gone from buying a $14 book into a $30,000 package. I am not going to pitch to you to go into one-on-one coaching and do everything else. Yeah, I like to join my newsletter and everything else. You buy the course. If you want me after that, you'll ask me. I'm not one of these. So you're not going to get hounded by me or anything else. My team hate me for this.
That's awesome.
I want to stay authentic to me.
Exactly. That's beautiful.
Which is really important.
Okay, so the last question I've got for you is, how can my audience reach you if they want to connect?
So I'm a networking person, so you would believe that I'm all over the place. So there's 2-3 ways you can get me. You can go to my website, and I keep things simple, as you'll know. My website is iamgordonjenkins.com. You can send me an email, gordon@imgordonjenkins.com.
Okay.
Or you can get onto social media and look at Gordon Jenkins. There's 3 Gordon Jenkins in the world. There's a composer who composed for Frank Sinatra. He's dead. There's another Gordon Jenkins that used to be a mayor of one of the New York states, and I think he's doing time for money laundering. And then there's me.
Okay. Of those 3, I think you're the one to
want to
connect with. Yeah.
I'm the only one with a rubber duck as well.
Only one with the rubber duck. Fantastic. So thank you so much, Gordon, for being on my show. That was a lot of fun.
Pleasure.
It was lovely having you. Thank you to my audience for being here. As always, I really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to spend it with me and my friends. And if you would like to reach me, you can find me at acceleratedreleasetechnique.org, or my email, info@acceleratedreleasetechnique.org. All the information should be in the description of this video. And if you liked what you saw, then please subscribe, like the video, share it, and importantly, come back and see me again next week. So until then.
Thank you.